All right. Can you tell me your name, please?
Connie Jean Eskelson,
And your date of birth?
9/29/1951.
All right. Thank you. And would the county attorney like to make an appearance, please?
Yes, good evening, Judge. Shay Beasley appearing on behalf of the state, and the victim is present this evening, and he does wish to make a statement.
All right. Thank you. I did see that. And just for the record, I have read the victim impact statement that was submitted, and I will give the victim an opportunity to speak. All right. You are here for one count of attempted murder in the first degree, premeditated. It's a Class 2 felony. If you're eligible, an attorney will be appointed at your next court date. Now, before I get into release conditions, I'd like to hear from both the victim and the county attorney. Why don't we start with the victim first, please? And ma'am, if you would just face forward to me, please.
Hi, my name is Randy Eskelson. I am the victim. I firmly believe that my wife of 34 years tried to kill me with ethylene glycol. There is proof that it was bought by her. There is proof that it was delivered to our home. And I know that that is what happened to it. And I honestly fear for my life. She stated many times that she would shoot herself, kill herself, before she would spend one day in prison. I firmly believe that she were to get out on bail, that she would probably first murder me and then murder herself, so it would all be over. I do know that she had 2 pistols. When the detectives and sheriffs went to my home this morning, which I wasn't aware of until after they were there, they only could locate one of the 2 pistols. I understand that she was seen walking around our home yesterday with a pistol in her hand, but nobody could find it. So in the event that she gets out on bail, I strongly feel that she definitely knows where that pistol is. She will get it, find it, and come and kill myself. And I have 2 biological sons, and I feel that if she could get to them, that she would probably kill them as well.
All right, sir. Anything else?
Oh, the other thing is we also own a home down in Rocky Point, Mexico, and she could flee there. And I also know that she has purchased multiple fake passports and driver's licenses with a different name on them, different address, but it does have her photo on it. And I think she would also be a flight risk to leave the country.
All right. All right, sir. Thank you so much. All right. Does the county attorney want to make a statement at this time?
Yes, Your Honor. I realize that the grand jury warrant that was issued yesterday indicates that a $700,000 cash bond is to be enforced against this defendant. However, based on the information that was just conveyed to the court by the victim, as well as some of the information that I'm about to present to the court, I believe that that is insufficient to secure the future appearance of this particular defendant. The reason for that, as the victim just indicated, she has been planning to flee while she's awaiting her arrest on this case. She very brazenly showed the victim these fake passports, including a border crossing card that had an alias name on it. To date, we are aware of at least 4 aliases that this defendant has been operating under. In addition to that, she does come from a very affluent family. That puts her in a social circle that has access to funds that could be combined in excess of $700,000. If this woman is released, the victim and his family firmly believe that she will never be seen again, or that she would harm herself, to include actually killing herself. The victim and his family need closure for this case. The state needs closure on this case, and we are very interested in keeping her in custody. And unfortunately, that does mean that a $1 million cash bond is appropriate for her.
All right. Thank you. All right. Mr. Eskelson, do you have anything to add or state at this time?
No, I don't think so.
All right. Thank you, sir. All right. Ms. Eskelson, based on information that I have reviewed, as well as the statements made by the victim and the county attorney, I am going to impose a $1 million cash bond in this matter. You will have a court date on March 15th at 8:30. If you are released or able to post that cash bond, I'm also ordering that electronic monitoring be installed. You will have an electronic monitor installed prior to your release, which you will be responsible for making sure that it's operating at all times. You will have a curfew, which will be determined by pretrial services. Conditions of your release: if you're able to secure your release, you're not to return to the scene of the alleged crime, no contact with any alleged victims, witnesses, or complainants. You are not to possess any weapons. You will need to find an alternative place to live. You will need to surrender all passports at your next court date, and you will need to obey any orders of protection or orders against harassment that have been filed, and you will need to be DNA tested and fingerprinted at the arresting police department.
Shaking her head in the courtroom, 68-year-old Connie Eskelson cried as her husband, 66-year-old Randy Eskelson, asked a judge to keep her behind bars for as long as possible.
I fear for my life and my children's lives because she is strong enough to get her way. And she definitely tried to kill me.
Maricopa County detectives say in August of 2017, Connie ordered several liters of ethylene glycol, an active ingredient in antifreeze, through her Amazon Prime account. They say she used it to poison her husband's drinks daily until he got sick.
She knows where I live, she knows where I work, and I'm scared to death.
It wasn't until Randy was found unconscious at their home in Cave Creek did medical tests reveal the lethal dose in his system.
This clearly shows a pattern of when she is finished with a husband, she wants to kill them. The true definition of a black widow.
During the sentencing, Randy's son detailed his father's health issues.
This poison has caused him not to have the control of his ability to sustain a normal day with work, with friends, with family, or interaction.
His son says his father also suffers from short-term memory loss and was just diagnosed with cancer. They attribute his health problems to the poisoning. Connie was convicted of attempted first-degree murder and was sentenced to 21 years in prison.